first camp fine, because you know how long it takes to get there, but farming going for that second camp.
Off the back of this, I'm looking for another. EGM is going to be saved by the face edict. Now Alliance looking for the turnaround, getting the Dragon Tail out onto the next assassin, but in fact at the end of the day the heal's helping out. And Arrow will just quickly pick off EGM on the side. And Escape Gaming 5 for 4. Certainly could have been in a better position than they were in game 1 at this stage. So, minutes in, it's looking strong, quite first to the top of his game. And Boca, that's going to be very hard to slow down, and they're looking to move in on to the Dragon Knight with the Blade Fury, the magical damage ripping through him. Alliance just losing some very key kills there in quick succession, and Escape Gaming in terms of defending this one. Already the wraparounds coming through from EGM, they're looking for Cinnamon in the tree line, they will find him with the initial crush. And Sin could be in trouble, they're going to drop the wall down as well. A lot of hate here for this Ogre, making sure that they get the kill, and they do.
Logan's probably just going to farm this right away, but Trixie, yeah, in the neighborhood.
He is around, and of course he'll be happy to set something up for a Sunstrike. He'll let Loader. Let's fall a little bit low to the Ancients. There we go, coming, but of course, EGM, sorry, Hanskin, of course, game 2 on the Oracle this time around with the save, false promise. And then Lions, let's see if they can turn, and ult comes through from Yapsor, and with that, they've actually found Loader. They'll get EGM and Hanskin. And even though the initial attempt there with the stun and Sunstrike isn't successful,
wasn't taking much physical damage. Sunstrike just does such high single target burst.
Notice the fan. He's going to be caught out as well. I mean, Sims and Trixie, they'll look to take him. He has the mech, and will find some time to get out. Looks like he will just survive. Now for the turnaround, EGM sprinting forward, looking for Sin. Dan Yapso in the sidelines, gets the crush onto the Elder Titan. A quick turnaround for Sin, and now Era turning up to the fight as well. He does have Omni Slash available for this one. Just uses the Blade Fury to clear out the creeps, moving across. Loading against the Storm Hammer onto Trixie, but there's no follow-through damage. EGM tries to come in for a crush. He's not going to make it. Era with the Omni Slash, bringing Loader down low, looking to chase him out. Loader with the War Cry, trying to get himself away. He will just get himself out in time. He's not going to kick him out. It's going to be close guard. Okay. The save's there. Face Edict from Manscape keeps Loader safe.
That was a messy fight. TV, so it's a really nice synergy there.
Full stun. If they got the follow-up, they have got the ult in the switch, but this is going to be messy for Alliance. They've already lost one. Look at you try and turn it though. Surrounding Yapsor, they will get a trade. So they'll take that. So if they can get anything else, the haste read on Trixie, he'll be able to get himself out of there. The bottom of the river, Sinner's actually going to be the one to open up. Maybe looking to try and get Alliance's attention. Trixie's actually going to miss the stun though, doesn't get it onto hands. And Yapso throws down the ult and the sleep to hold back some of Alliance. But already Escape Gaming, they've lost one. Alliance find themselves anything else. By the looks of it, it's just going to be a case of Escape getting themselves out of there. Coifer in the trees, has a blink. Immediately heads down south. EGM, yeah, of course, to have a blink himself, so Coifer should be fine hiding in the tree line here.
Yeah, no.
Let's see what they can do here. Back around towards the Ancients again, chasing down Hansken. He's going to be the first one potentially in trouble. Has got the Fate's Edict, allowing him to walk this off for the time being, but what's the damage still there to follow through. Yep. Escape Gaming finding, and we'll see what Alliance can actually do to stop this, because they're on the front lines, making quick work of this tier 3. And we're going to have a vacuum, but immediately Arrow with the Blade Fury backs up. They've taken the tower. Escape Gaming, they've found the first objective.
They can do this relatively safe. They've still got 2 minutes on the Aegis, so they'll heal themselves back up a bit with the Arcane Boots, the Healing Ward, and Arrow's ready to go again. Yeah, we'll have Mantail's Blade Fury, can get Alacrity, and that Alacrity Jug can just force the Rax push. And
they do have those double acts, both Coifer and Trixie with them at the ready for this push.
Yep.
I see Trixie to head down. Arrow leading in straight away with the Blade Fury, and D just using that magic immunity, gets the punching in onto the racks. They need some big one both. They have got the potential. Vacuum and Stormhammer. One of the oldest in the books, but can they actually land it?
Kind of reaching that point where getting the tower is possible, but getting the melee Rex is not going to be possible without winning a fight. They could chip at the range, but the range Rex is like not a major objective for them, so at some point they're going to have to initiate and force the issue.
They look to jump in. I mean, usually folks in the DK with the Deafening Blast, knocking him back as well, but the false promises there from Hansken. Limp's going to be fine.
Still false promise forced out. Trixie repositions further forward.
Purifying Flames, bring Arrow down to half health, but with the healing ward out, there's not a lot they can do unless they're able to take it away or at least wait for it to go. Vacuum back, bringing Aaron to a bit of an awkward position, but again, the Blade Fury is available. He backs off. Trixie's there with stuns as well to hold Alliance back.
And Lions are holding really well. Limp's even held onto his a good 2.5 minutes to take just a range rack, so it's ultimately a worthwhile exchange for them.
And looking for an initial harassment to Limp. We've got Trixie there. Right now the stunner and the hey, K, he's dropped.
Great impel from
That
Trixie.
is a DK out for estimating the burst, and once that initial locker, but here's the combo that they were looking for. They get the vacuum, the wall, the crush, loaded with the damage. Just held back by the stun. The multi-cast for Sin Loader held in place. He can't get the damage out. With the Solar Crest on him as well, he will finally get a punch on the Coifer, but the rest of his hits were just missing. He'll buy back. As Alliance losing 3, the Invoker kill was a big one, but they need more than that. Loader do anything here. He doesn't have God's strength, jumps in, has the vision onto Trixie, looking to finish off the Nyx Assassin, will find one Sin with the Fire Blast onto EGM, EGM's out. It's a triple kill for Error as he moves on, finishing the melee racks. Jonas the Fan Loader starting to punch into him. The good hit from Yap holds them back. The question is if Alliance can chase this one down. Hanskin's looking to see if he can get a lock onto Cinder and to move the TP away, but the jump forward, they shoot. Ooh, they don't get the chance to cancel it in time.
The foot.
Nags Nyx Assassin is going to be something pretty great for defending the pit. Limp just waltzes in here, looking to try and kick it off, get the vision. Trixie still staying underneath the cover of the burrow. It's moving forward and getting the Dragon Tail onto Sin. It's a very split up fight though, as we can see Escape Gaming pretty much surrounding Alliance. All split up, Eric jumps in with the Omni Slash. Hanskin false promising himself here. Fates Edict onto Loader, trying to heal him back up, but Trixie already under. They did get the Amplify out in time, though, so that allows them to kill the Nyx Assassin. From perhaps holding Loader back. They have found Coifer. Can they get themselves anything more already? It's going to be a pretty good fight for Alliance. The crush onto Yap, so they found themselves a third. They might not be done yet either. Error could be in trouble as well. Blinks away. Could be just a little too far to chase, but they'll take that Alliance, taking 3 heroes down.
Damage. They can take Roche.
Other units.
Yep.
Try and just avoid having to deal with hitting the jug straight on.
Charging on Sin.
Yeah, immediately help out by definitely pass down a Chaos Meteor. Takes him down immediately less than half of his health. So they're just going to be careful. Not healed up there by the team.
Yeah, everyone else just kind of slept up, and I think at that point, Invoker scales.
Could be in trouble here. He does of course have that AD. He does have the backup of the Oracle and immediately turning onto Trixie. At the same time though, Arrow's able to jump in and pick off EGM on the slider with the Omni Slash. Loader continues to chase though, see if we can find anything else. The BKB now worn off. Hanskin and Limp following through, see if they can go for more. There's a healing ward behind Sims. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive? And well, with the stomp, it may just be Sims surviving for the time being. And with that healing ward, he's able to walk it off, gets himself out of there.
It's the tankiest ogre I've ever seen. He's got 30 armor with the Solar Crest.
Oh, no, Aaron jumps straight back in. He's looking for Hanskin. Hanskin with the TP out is not going to make it. Tornadoes there from Coifer. Alliance to lose their Oracle. Jump up. Alliance look for the chase down. BKB pop by Jonas the Fan. They'll look to focus Trixie first. Trixie burrows up. He'll finally be taken down almost certainly by Loader's damage. Indeed, that's the first kill for Alliance. Limp chasing down Yapsor. The healing ward's out. And they want to take that down, and they do indeed. Limp gets the touch onto it. EGM being focused by Cinderin, but is there with the backup heals. They'll surround Japsor. Alliance, take down a second. EGM still gets another crush out. The heals from Hanskin. EGM's going to be fine. And Alliance looking to find themselves a third kill in this team fight, and they will get it with a vacuum back from Jonas and Fan. Another strong fight from them as Alliance continue to climb their way back into this game. Team might just get this one. One more touch will do it, but it looks like they'll get onto these sidelines just in time. BKB's coming through. Immediately jumping the back wall onto 2. They burst it down Sin, but at the same time, Arrow with the Omni Slash finishes off EGM. 1 for 1 at the moment. Arrow looking to hide in the trees. He still has the Blade Fury. Doesn't have any TP, but he's got the blink and the backup of his team. In fact, he's going to blink forward aggressively. Immediately, Limp turns around with the Dragon Tail. Sleep from Absol not to catch anyone off the back of that stomp. Limp in a lot of trouble though. BKB on cooldown and the magical damage ripping him to pieces. They'll look to Loader with a false pump. Trying to make Loader being able to turn around for this fight, but he's held in place by the Earth Splitter. Error hitting down onto him. False promise is going to end, and the damage is too much to spend a fall. Escape Gaming finding the exact team fight that they wanted here. Hanskin looking to just juke out the Glimmer Cape, but the Sunstrike Vision is going to find him. Coifer with the plays there to finish off Oracle as well. Alliance, they've lost 4. They do have buybacks available on Limp and Loader. But as we saw, just as soon as he's complete as well from Era, he is in a very good position alongside Koifer. And already Koifer looking to lead him. Under the cover of Ghostwalk, immediately blinks away. They do have that gem on Jonas and Fan. So they have to be a little bit careful with how they initiate with the Invoker, but in fact, well, Loader, he's headed up to the high ground, getting caught out with the Omni Slash as well. Loader's down and he's out for 90 seconds. No buyback. This could be the end of game 2 potentially for Alliance. Era chasing down Hanscade, Koifer blinking forward. Looking to see if they can find anything more out of this, but they've lost 2 Alliance. It's just going to be a question of how the best of the 3 of these guys can hold the base against the full 5-man of Escape. It's going to be hard as stuff. Wolves drop, BKB's out from Limb, trying to force them away. EGM keeping their attention outside of the base, but he's out. And as we're seeing, just a little bit of a show here from Escape Gaming as they chase down Limb with the Diffusal Blade. They find the Dragon Knight as well onto the tier 4s. The GG is called. And Alliance again, where they did their best to hold on, had some convincing fights. At the end of the day, Escape Gaming just making the better decisions, outplaying them. And of course, at that stage of the game, where your buybacks are on cooldown, both of your cores are lost, the game is all but over.
Yeah, Alliance made a really good move when they stopped and contested that second Roche, won the fight, then took ages, but I think outside of that kind of window there where Alliance looked really good, I mean, it was a very Escape-favored game. They had the early game advantage. They kind of 5-man really well around the first ages. They took that bottom lane of Rax in very safe, kind of methodical fashion. And it was just that one kind of Alliance moment of brilliance around the Roche pit that gave them those signs of hope, but later in the game, we kind of saw the limitations of Alliance's draft when they were down on all these key items. Like Yapster was such a hero on that ET. He kept hitting the sleep on multiple heroes, getting the heroes behind in the back lines. He had Vlad, Solar Crest, he had a plate mail in. He got so farmed as well. I think it was just too much of an item difference, and like a couple like really just good plays from the ET. Quakefree just got really big in the late game as well. And
I mean, yeah,
Escape.
not only in the late game. I mean, Quake's just straight up from the laning stage. You know, we saw him hit